Hi everybody, this is Mr. Lim. In today's chapter, we're going to talk about three different rules. The first one is the product rule, the second is the quotient rule, and the third is the chain rule. Without further delay, let's get started. When we should apply product rule to find the derivative? The answer is when you see two functions multiply with each other. Like in this case, I have fx equal to a quadratic function multiplied with a cubic function. In order to find the derivative of fx, I must apply the product rule. So the product rule for differentiation is u dv dx. dv dx you can write it as v prime. du dx I can write as u prime. So u v prime plus v u prime. Okay? So in order to apply the product rule, I must first of all identify what is my u. In this case, u is x squared plus 3. So my u prime equals to 2x. How about my v? My v is equal to 2x cubed plus 5x. So my v prime is equal to 6x squared plus 5. So my final goal is to find f prime, the derivative of f, right? So f prime is u v prime plus v u prime. So you put everything inside. My u is equal to x squared plus 3. V prime is 6x squared plus 5 plus my v is equal to 2x cubed plus 5x, and my u prime is equal to 2x. Okay, so apply the rainbow multiplication. This one I should get 6x to the power of 4 plus 5x squared plus 18x squared plus 15. All right, so the rainbow multiplication, x squared times 6x squared, x squared times 5, 3 times 6, x squared 3 times 5. This is rainbow multiplication. If you apply this, you should be able to get this very long equation. All right. Next, we have to apply the same application, the same multiplication to the second part of the equation. So we get 4x power 4 plus 10x squared. Okay, simplify everything. We should be able to get this as our final answer. 10x to the power of 4 plus 33x squared plus 15. All right. If you do not have any question, we may proceed to quotient rule. Of course, quotient rule, we must apply quotient rule if we see a function divide the another function. Okay, so you can write du dx, dv dx, or you can choose to write it as u prime or v prime. Okay, please remember the formula. All right, now let's solve this problem. And this question doesn't require you to simplify your answer. So we just leave our answer in the non-simplest form. All right, so similar to the product rule, we must identify what is our u. Our u is 2x cubed plus 5x. And we need to identify our v as well. Our v function is x squared plus 3. Okay, now I want to find my u prime. This is 6x squared plus 5, and v prime is 2x. Quotient rule is similar to product rule, but you need to take note that product rule we have v u prime plus u v prime. However, quotient rule we have subtraction instead of addition. We have subtract. Please see here, subtraction instead of addition. Product rule we have addition, VU prime plus UV prime. However, quotient we have VU prime minus UV prime. So please be careful with this. And of course, don't forget for quotient rule, we also have the whole thing divided by V squared. Okay? So if you have no problem with this, we can start applying the quotient rule to find f prime x, the derivative of f. So I have v x squared plus 3 u prime 6x squared plus 5 minus u 2x cubed plus 5x v prime. So I have 2x here divided by v squared. So I have v as x squared plus 3, the whole thing squared. Because the question doesn't want us to simplify our answer, then we can leave our answer in this form without simplifying. But as your homework, I hope you can simplify this, okay, and check the answer with your friends. All right, let's proceed to the next question. This question, we cannot apply product rule or quotient rule because, as you can see, we do not have any function multiply with another function. We do not have any function divided by another function. So we cannot apply product rule or quotient rule. So how to differentiate this one? If we do not want to use chain rule, the only way we can differentiate this is to expand 4x plus 7. I believe nobody want to do that. So what does chain rule say? The chain rule says if you have this type of function, we have to consider this as our inside function, the fx. All right, this is our inside function, and this as our outside function. All right, the whole thing as our outside function. So we need to differentiate the outside function first. So 4 bring to the front. So we have 4 bracket 4x plus 7 to the power of 3. 4x, 4, this power 4 has to minus 1. Okay, after we have differentiate our outer function, then we differentiate our inner function. Okay, let me write out the solution. So dy dx or y prime equal to the outside function. So 4 must be brought to the front. So 4 close bracket, open bracket 4x plus 7. Okay, 4 have to minus by 1, right? So I got 3. After I have differentiate our outside function, we have to multiply with the differentiation of the inside function. So if I differentiate 4x plus 7, I got 4. Okay, to simplify this, I got 16 4x plus 7 to the power of 3. Okay, all right. So we still have a lot more questions in these slides. Please solve as many questions as possible. And if you have any question, please do not hesitate to talk to any of the mathematics lecturer. Thank you. Bye-bye.